Chapter 2, How to Form a Public Benefit Corporation. In this chapter, there will be the introduction, preliminary considerations, steps to form a public benefit corporation, and frequently asked questions. Introduction. As discussed in Chapter 1, charities in California are typically formed as public benefit corporations, the most popular type of non-profit corporation. This guide does not discuss the advantages or disadvantages of forming a charity as a public benefit corporation compared to other corporate forms or as trust, nor does this guide address how public benefit corporations are formed in other states. Contact legal counsel for such guidance. The basic steps and minimum requirements for forming a public benefit corporation are summarized in this chapter. However, forming the entity as a public benefit corporation does not make the organization tax exempt under state or federal law. For discussion of tax exemption as a charity, see Chapter 3. Preliminary considerations. Is forming a nonprofit corporation the right option? Although public benefit corporations may qualify for important benefits, including exemption from income tax, they are subject to important legal restrictions. One critical restriction is that the assets of a public benefit corporation are considered irrevocably dedicated to charitable purposes and cannot be distributed for private gain. If the corporation's board of directors later decides they do not wish to operate the corporation as a charity, they may dissolve the corporation but cannot take back its assets. Legally, those assets must be used for the charitable purposes for which they were raised, and must be transferred to another nonprofit that has the same or similar purposes. Therefore, it is important to consider carefully the practical implications before taking any steps to form a public benefit corporation. Some important factors to consider. What is the purpose of the new organization? Will it be operated exclusively for charitable purposes, or might there also be a business or commercial purpose? Are other organizations addressing the same charitable need that will compete for funds and resources? If other charities provide the same service, would it be better to collaborate with them rather than form a new entity? Are the potential benefits of nonprofit status important to the founders and donors? For example, exemption from income tax, property tax, and reduced rate mailing privileges. If so, will the corporation be prepared to maintain compliance with government regulations and filing requirements for nonprofits? See Chapter 6. How important is the confidentiality of executive compensation, corporate transactions, and other financial information?